My name is Derek Donoski. I'm a police sergeant at the Appleton Police Department, and I've been in law enforcement for 22 years. I'm currently assigned as a school resource officer at North. I wear several hats when it comes to a typical school day. I assist administration with any of their needs that they might have. I try to get out as much as I can to be with students and staff. And then I just handle day-to-day issues that come up with students, from mental health issues to thefts to fights, drugs. It all varies.
I'm Ryan Peterson. I'm the new principal at Appleton North High School. I've been in administration. I believe this is my 8th year now. Been in education for just under 15 years as well. School resource officer program is really, really important to the success of any school. I really believe in the idea and the concept of community policing. Just the idea that our police officers within our community can be in the schools, building relationships with all of the adolescents that go to the high school or the middle school. I think those relationships matter a lot. And when we have really great school resource officers in place, I think we naturally see a decline in any of the, some of the small criminal stuff, just some of those other infractions that happen from like a law enforcement perspective, based on just the relationships alone. Knowing that you're gonna go and have a conversation about poor behavior with someone that you have a really good relationship with, makes it a lot more challenging. So I've seen in my experience with the school resource officers that I've worked with, I've seen a significant benefit when we can get to that idea of community policing, building the relationships in order to be much more proactive in handling situations like that.
The nice thing about our police department is it's big enough where you can get involved in several different things that you have interests in. When I first started, I was interested in, let's say drug work or OWI detection for patrol. And as I got older, things change. I had an interest with the school resource officer position. This is my second time doing it. I did 3 years at Madison Middle School, 3 years at Appleton East, and I'm on my 4th year here at North. I like it because it gives you the chance to make a difference with a lot of students. You create relationships with the kids that last for a long time, and it's very beneficial when it comes to patrol, because when you eventually go back onto the road, those people still know you, they still recognize you, and they ask for you quite often. I work a lot of overtime shifts downtown, and when I'm walking downtown, we always go in pairs. So I'll be working with another officer that works the road. And whoever I'm working with, they cannot believe how many people will say, "Hey Sarge, hey Donoski." So all those people that I've worked in the schools, either at Appleton East or Appleton North, obviously they become adults, and I just create those connections. I've also had kids reach out to me, on Facebook, Instagram, with different issues that they're having. Been invited to several weddings, once the kids get older and they get married. I make a lot of connections in school, and I make a lot of connections with kids that are at risk. A lot of times it's just easier for students to talk with a police officer that they see on a regular basis instead of somebody coming to their door in uniform.
I'm Megan Cash. I'm a lieutenant for the Appleton Police Department. I currently supervise our community resource unit, which involves a lot of our community outreach initiatives and anything that's forward-facing for the police department. The SRO program is a phenomenal way for not only kids, but our community to connect with the police department. There are often times that as a police department, we don't get a chance to see people on their good days, and the SRO program gives us the opportunity for officers to connect to students and our community leaders and our next generation on a whole nother level. Our SRO program allows us to be able to build those relationships early on with the youth in our community. And so it allows us to let those relationships flourish as people get older, not only from the perspective of what services we can provide, but really just being a friend to somebody in the community. Our SROs get to have that opportunity to see those kids and build those fun relationships where when they return to the street or they return to another capacity at the police department, those relationships that they've built are long-lasting. Our SRO program is something that, we hold very high at the Appleton Police Department. It's something that we feel is the opportunity for us to have a great relationship with all members of our community, and it's something that we hold dear to our hearts. And I think it's something that we'll continue to see grow and continue to change, as we've seen over the last few years. That is something that the SRO program is something that we always think is important, and we'll continue to work towards that.
I'm just a school cop, and I'm just like, I'm no different from an officer that they see, wearing uniform. I wear plain clothes, that's what my position is. But ultimately I have the same responsibilities. I'm held to the same moral and ethical code. And I'm just a resource for them.